Money ain't shit without game. They say all money, good money, but if you a dummy and spent, a fool and his money shall soon be parted. If you hang around 9 broke niggas, you bound to be the 10. Niggas handing out their cash cause they too weak-hearted. I can't give you $10, but I give you 2 on the strength. Enough to get you off my back, but not to do much with. Get out and get your own, nigga. Thought you was grown. Now you running around talking about a pocket full of stones. Hit the streets with high hopes and this shit went wrong. Thought you should be ballin', but you ain't Jim Jones. And you like to talk about how you handle. What up, y'all? This is LCT Unlimited. Aaron, I'm back at you. I know it's been a good minute, but I've been super duper busy for the last like 3 months, like straight. Been doing a whole bunch of banners and yard signs and stuff like that for graduations, and most recently been getting into pop-ups. And I know some of y'all probably wonder, like, how's he doing all this by himself and still keep a full-time job? Well, I got the help of my wife and my son and soon my daughter. So starting now, I'm gonna introduce you to the other half of LCT Unlimited, my wife Claudia. She'll be joining me shortly, and she actually is the one that got me interested in doing the pop-ups. I wasn't really like feeling it because it's like I'm already doing enough, and you know, just taking on that extra business sometimes can kind of be, look, as you can see, my baby coming jumping in the way. This is my little mama, but she haven't really been attending the pop-ups with me because that's one thing that we was gonna talk about, pros and cons, do's and don'ts. This one can't really take her. So now I'm gonna introduce my wife. She got me into the pop-ups. I didn't really want to do it because, like I said, you know, you're taking on a whole lot when I'm already doing a lot. But if I want to go full blast, then and stop working for somebody else, then that's what I got to do. So come on and come join us. This is my wife Claudia.
Hello.
This is my daughter Shia, and y'all know me,
And
Aaron, from LCT Unlimited. My son is hiding somewhere, but anyways, yeah, we just wanted to give a little rundown on what's been going on. You know, we're doing these pop-ups and stuff now, little pop-up events, and basically with not only a t-shirt business, but we do signage, we do some sublimation in there, business cards, flyers, you name it. LCT Unlimited, you know, that's my name, that's my game. So with my wife, I just wanted to sit her down and let her go through her feelings, her thoughts about these pop-ups, and you know, what she would change, what she would do better next time, because I think it's something that we'll continue to be doing. So what do you got to say about all of this?
Oh, nothing, just that, you know, I had seen some of my friends, people that I know, go to these pop-ups, you know, they post about it on their Instagrams and everything, and I was like, it got me thinking, like, well, why can't we do it? But I know we've done this like 2 years ago at the park. We've done something similar because here in our town we have an annual parade, and we were in one a couple years before COVID. And it was a lot. It was too much. Like, he was trying to really like make stuff there. He took his computer and everything to make stuff there, and it was kind of a lot. So I told him, like, these pop-ups are popping right now. So, you know, because COVID has taught everybody that, I guess, that they have a creative side, and their creative side became their business. So I was like, well, we do the same thing. Why can't we be at a pop-up? So I got him into, I got us into one, our very first one, a couple weekends ago. It was hot, but I told him when we enter this, it's going to be for more like advertising. So I said, don't just make like flyers and stuff like that. But then he's like, no, we have to have something to sell. So he ended up making like a few shirts. And since we live in Wasco, he made some shirts that said Wasco on it, you know, with the...
It's an original drone picture that I took.
Panoramic. And, you know, because we live in Wasco and people are all about Wasco. So we're like, let's start off with that. And what else did you think? Oh, a few like bags and just a few
sweaters,
things.
cinch bags, little cinch bags and stuff like that. People carry on their bags.
Just a few things already made. So that way he didn't have to drag his computer and try to find a good connection to Wi-Fi and all that stuff.
Well, see, that's the thing though. Like, I'm really into customs. I'm mostly doing customized stuff. So that first one that we did like 2 years ago, you know, of course, I'm like, that's where my mind was at. Okay, yeah, I do customs and this and that. But all along the way, you know, I've been creating my own designs and stuff like that, which have sold and whatnot, you know, but the pros and cons of that, you know, having to actually make something right then and there on the spot, and then say you're taking this order, that order, that order, that order. I mean, that's kind of, you know, a tough thing to do, especially when you can actually have something there, but how do you know what people like, you know? But I kind of base it on like, hey, I like this is a dope design. I'll show it to my wife. She's the first one that get to say, yeah, or change this, whatnot. And then I'll wear it, let a few people see it, you know, some of my family, friends, whatnot. And, you know, like this, you know, original design, something that's original to me. And, yeah, just moving on from there.
Yeah, so we learned a lot from that time to our first real pop-up a couple weekends ago. So when we got there, it was a lot of like maybe 40 plus vendors there. So there was a lot of different things people were selling, people were, you know, and I thought it was a good idea to get out there into the community, you know, to advertise ourselves to the people that don't have Facebook, that don't have Instagram, that don't have Snapchat, all the social medias, because there's a lot of people, you'd be surprised, that don't have that and they don't know about us. So we just wanted to reach that group of people and meet new people. And when we were out there, I met a girl who does what was it? What's that called?
What?
Where they buy the trucks, the loads off the trucks.
Oh.
Liquidators.
Yeah.
I had no idea about that, so I learned something that day. So you get to meet a lot of different people, and you know, and their crafts and or what they know how to make. So it was a neat experience, but it was hot that day. That's why he was saying about our daughter, like we couldn't have her out there because it was hot. Our son was with us, but he's older and he knows how to, you know, take care of himself. But
yeah, well, getting out there, like she said, about meeting new people and whatnot, and then also reaching the people who don't deal with Facebook and Instagram, stuff like that. But that's how my business was built, actually, was through word of mouth. And you know, because for a while I didn't have a Facebook, an Instagram, because me personally, like, I don't have one for myself. I'm from a different era, and you know, we kind of just, hey, you know, met up with people. We didn't actually, you know, talk from a distance. And so I finally got one, and
it was good. It's good too, because we weren't really trying to just reach those people. We've noticed that people have been coming to us for stuff for their own pop-ups. So we're like, let's go and have everything that we can make for them as our setup. So we have our banner, we have our yard sign, we have our tablecloth, table runner, we have our scan stands, we have everything that, or we have our decals, our stickers, all that they might need for theirs. So when they come to our booth, then we can show them like, hey, this could be your display with your logo on it. So a lot of people were like, oh yeah, that's a neat idea. And we did get a few people from that day come to us for banners and stuff.
Yeah, you pick up new leads. You get new leads, even though we didn't. That first one we didn't actually make a whole lot of money. We did make money because you find creative ways. You know, we actually had a raffle at that first one, which generated a good little amount of money. So we just didn't walk away broke. But like the one we had today, you know, what I learned was variety. Because the first time my wife brought up that we had the Wasco shirt that I took with my drone, and it was pretty much just that shirt, you know. But I had the cinch bags and, you know, with different characters or whatnot on them, and you know, that was cool. But as far as shirts, people want to see like, okay, this design, that design, that design, that design, and me, like, I have quite a few designs. I just didn't want to waste, you know, a whole lot of shirts, you know, pour a whole lot of money into it and then, you know, be stuck with a lot of shirts. I mean, it's not really my game. You know, I'm into customs. So, with that being said, you know, I learned a whole lot, and I learned basically that it's about variety. You gotta have a variety. You know, people come in and pick and choose, and it kind of forces them one direction or another. You know, like, oh, I don't really like that, but I like this one. You're not forcing nobody to buy nothing, but if they coming over to your booth and they're interested and they kind of like the way you talking and whatnot, like what you got going on, you know, and you got options, it's better than just having one item there, you know.
Yeah, we also learned too, like if it's a theme or something, like today, the one we did today was a celebration of Juneteenth. He, you know, had. Sorry for the noise, you guys, but he knew that, hey, let me make Juneteenth shirts, and we sold quite a bit. We sold like half of the ones that he had made. So
actually more than that.
good.
But I did a little variety in that within itself. I did some Juneteenth. I did some Black Wall Street, all original designs. And then I had a design that I did last year that kind of came to my head after the George Floyd incident. You know, I made basically a fist, and it said, "Get your knee off our necks," and that one took off last year. So I was like, okay, let me bring that back. And since I'm doing shirts now in a different manner, which I'm printing on the HP latex, because it was a colorful shirt. You got the red, the green, and I had some white, you know, and I was cutting that out in vinyl last year. And this year, just basically every color on the shirt, you know, at once, and you don't have to peel nothing. Just boom, slap it on the shirt, something easy. And that's really what you want to do. You don't want to put a whole lot of money into what you're selling unless, you know, that's just what you got. But
yeah, the main focus is advertising yourself with a little bit of stuff to sell at the same time. We also learned, because we had our son involved too, and we didn't want him just to sit there being bored, so we told him, hey, the first pop-up he was selling snacks and water, and we didn't have a sign up for him, so he didn't do that great, so he was upset. But this time we learned to make him a sign, and the sign helped. It made people come to our booth for some water or snacks or whatever it was.
well, see, at both events,
Yeah.
there was other people selling water.
Yeah.
We seen at the first one, there was a person, you know, and they had a big sign up, hey, with water, you know, come get some water and this and that. But ours, we were just thinking like, okay, yeah, we're gonna have the water there, and once they come over, then we'll tell them. But no, that didn't work. So this time I made a big yard sign and with cold water on it, and people seen this from a distance. Hey, who got the cold water? You know, so that make all the difference in the world. Signage, you gotta have signs up. And
Plus it lets people know what kind of signs we can make. Like, hey, we can make you a cold
Yeah.
brine water if you need it. And then on the other side, because he used one that we used for one of our birthdays, kids' birthdays. So I flipped it around. I said, look, we can make it for your birthday too. And she was like, oh, cool, that's neat. So
yeah, it's all kind of different ways
Yeah.
to
And then too, the first one a couple weeks ago, I was like, it's gonna be hot when we were preparing for it. Like, it's gonna be hot. How can we cool ourselves off? And I was like, wouldn't it be cool if we had like misters? Like when you're standing in line at like Magic Mountain, they, you know, the mist, they have mists coming down on you. And he Googled it, YouTubed it, and he figured it out. And we had it, and people were like, oh, cool. Oh, they went to our tent to cool off. And then we had somebody ask us this past week, how did he set that up without a water hose? And he told them how he did it. And then today people were like, oh, wow. So that was kind of like a, how do you say, like an attention grabber to our tent too.
Yeah.
Because it's so hot and people see mist, they want to go over there and cool off.
It definitely does help you to stand out. You know, people notice that. And then also it was like, what? They're running fans over here, like there ain't no electricity and they don't hear no big loud generator. You know, I bought a solar powered generator, you know, a little small one, for this pop-up event. I didn't have one last time. But yeah, that worked out a whole lot. You know, I was able to run 2 fans. You know, we're talking about, this is Wasco, California. We're talking about 110 degrees.
Yeah, it's 107 right now.
We had that. And then I also made, like, out of an ice chest, we had a little air conditioner, if you will, with ports coming out of it and the fan going down, blowing on the ice, and then it'll come out of the little ports. So we kept cool while we was there.
Yeah, it helped a lot. We like to stand out though, like you said, so we'll find any kind of way to be different.
That does bring a lot of attention. So overall, tell the people what you liked, what you didn't like about both of them summed up.
The obvious, it's the heat and the packing. Packing and getting prepared, it's probably the worst part, but being there, talking to people, showing them what you do, showing them how creative you can be, meeting new people and seeing different businesses and what they can bring out from their creativity too. It's awesome. I like how COVID has taught everybody that, you know, they can have a side business. They can be creative, instead of just, how do you say, wasting their talent.
Working 9 to 5s.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, that's our thing. We're trying to move away from that. I mean, you gotta work, but it's nothing like working for yourself. You know, so, like I tell my wife, we gotta be both feet in. We gotta get your whole body in the water, and
we both work. I'm working from home. My desk is on our dinner table, so and he goes to work, but he is injured right now, so he's had some time off, and
I had a lot of time to help do things with the business. You know, she'll come up with things. You know, this is my Facebook, Instagrammer,
I'm behind the scenes.
PR, behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes. I'm the PR, I like to call myself.
I'm on the front line, doing everything. You know, it's kind of my vision, but us together now, she can look at it and give her own 2 cents and perspective on it to help it grow to where we want it to actually be. Where
he hates me sometimes because I'm a kind of a perfectionist. I like everything perfect, so I'm thinking from the customer's perspective too, and he hates it sometimes, but I'm like, hey, you can't give this to the customer. If it looks messed up or something, like no.
At the end of the day, you know, I guess my brain may be going dead or whatever, and then she gonna see the work and then, oh no. But that keeps us good and keeps us on our toes, and no product leaves out of this door unless it's right, you know. And sometimes I may not catch it, whatever. I'm just trying to get stuff done, and oh, I didn't see that. I didn't even notice it. But she'll catch it. You need that extra set of eyes before the product leave the house and whatnot, you know. So you got to satisfy a customer, and you can bring them on back. you know. And my overall pros and cons with the pop-up events was basically just the packing. I hate that.
But we learned too from the prior one how to pack and
Yeah.
what to take. You don't need a lot of stuff. He was trying to add a lot more this time. I was like, nope, you don't need that. Nope, you don't need that. But it seemed quicker this time than the first time because you know how to place it in the car. And you know, if you play Tetris and know how to organize, it's gonna be easy to put it in the car.
It was a lot easier, and I think with the first one we were just more in a frenzy to try to get stuff up and get everything right. But now it was more of a relaxed kind of setup and a relaxed breakdown and pack up the stuff and go. And this event didn't actually last quite as long as the last one, but we did a whole lot better because we had a whole lot more variety of products out there. You know, my wife had been telling me, nah, you don't really need this much stuff, that's just advertised, but something about me just won't let it go. So we have a good balance in our work, you know what I mean? She may not feel right about a certain something, or I may not feel right about it, but when I know it's a gut feeling, like, no, I need more product, I gotta have this, you know. And she was like, are you gonna sell all this? Yes, it's gonna sell, don't worry about it.
Yeah, and if the stuff he doesn't sell, we just save for the next one. Hopefully we have a next one. Hope maybe we can get ourselves, because I know this year we're gonna have our parade again. You know, after now that COVID is... Shia! Stop!
My baby is loud, y'all.
Now that COVID is like calmed down and everything's open again, they're gonna have the parade again. So hopefully we get into that. That won't be until like October though. So hopefully it's a little bit cooler then. But yeah, I've just posted on our Instagram and Facebook, you know, letting our local people know. If you guys know of any more pop-ups, let us know, because we're down to do some more after these two. So it's a good experience, and like I said, it just came to my mind, like, if these people can do it, why can't we?
I knew we could.
Yeah.
It's just that I didn't really want to bother with all of it because I knew about the setup. The very first one I did a couple years ago, I was there, I had to set up everything by myself, you know, because my wife had my son's soccer game, so I was like, yeah, go ahead, go take him, I should be fine, you know. But it was a whole lot of work to get all of that done, and I was just like, oh no, I don't even have to do this, because people already know how to get in touch with me, and I, you know, I'm just thinking like, that's too much work. And like I said, I mean, I have a whole nother job that I gotta go to, so you know, I'm trying to avoid as much work as possible. But this is a good way to make some sort of passive income in a way. You know, if you do actually have some product already set up and ready to go, I mean, then you can kick back and let it go. You know what I mean? As long as the people is able to see it, they like it, okay, then you can sit back and collect the money on that. The work is already done. You know, so we know next time I'll come out. This time I was actually kind of short on some sizes because I'm kind of pretty good with knowing what people order around here in my area. So we're looking at, I mean, this is good for any of y'all that do t-shirts. Always remember, black and white t-shirts is probably the best thing for you to keep. You know, those are gonna sell more than anything else. That was one tip that I got from a guy right when I was just starting out. You know, this guy was out of LA, and my aunt hooked me up with him. He was talking about he had a little clothing line, something like that. He actually used to run the Tower Records that Snoop Dogg was standing on in his first video. So this guy kind of knew the ins and outs. So he told me that, hey, stick with black and white. Because I was thinking about buying blue shirts and red shirts and all of this stuff, but you know, that wasn't the way. So now to this day, I just keep black and white with me. If I have to order any other colors, I'll let the people know I got to order it. So right now with the black and white, you take those, and then your sizes, you know, I made mostly anywhere from from large to 2X. I did make a handful of mediums and then a handful of 3X, but now I know that I can keep a little more sizes because I'm building up the trust in the community, and the people are like, yo, you got good work, you know, so I can come out. Somebody was kind of disappointed. They seen one of the shirts and they were like, yo, you got that in medium? And I'm like, nah, I don't. But in the event, they came up to me and I could give them a card, something for them to walk away with, you know, in case they wanted to get something customized later. So that's pretty much all.
Okay, sorry, my camera had died. But anyway, what I was saying about our daughter is, you see how she's in the background making noise and wants attention and all that because we're busy. That's what was happening, and I had to take her to my mom's. But yeah, it was, these last two ones were pretty good, pretty exciting and fun. Other than, you know, the heat and all the packing. Those are probably the only cons. And the whole experience, it's a good experience.
For me, I'm glad that she actually talked me into it because you know, like I said, I work and I have to work hard when I'm at work. So I don't want to be doing no packing and stuff when I don't got to. But I actually like it. I like doing it now. And I'm also thinking about maybe setting one up myself.
Oh yeah, we gotta figure that out.
You know, we just got to find the right area and, you know, find out who we got to pay or whatever, you know, to get it set up. But yeah, we interested in doing that. So
yeah, because that's another way to not raise, but like to make money, because the first pop-up we were in was we had to pay $25 to the host. This time it was free because, I don't know, I guess it was just something. Yeah,
my boy, he was just starting it up. It was the first Juneteenth celebration here in town. So he was like, nah, this time we're not gonna charge or nothing like that. But, you know, we just want everybody to come out and have a good time. Maybe next year we'll charge something or whatever.
Yeah, but all the other ones around town, I know that they charge at least $25 to be in it. So it's a good way to, like I said, to make money too. And they've been happening every weekend for a while now.
But not only in our town, but the towns right surrounding us.
Yeah.
So
they're pretty popular right now. So
yeah, I was asking my wife, like, all of a sudden I started getting all these orders for banners, and then these people would ask me like, yo, do you do tablecloths and this and that? And me, I'm the type is like, I'm gonna figure out how to do it, you know. And now with the HP latex, that opened up a whole bunch of doors. So when people throw things at me, it's like, okay, let me look up some materials or whatnot and see what I can do. And we make it happen. And, you know, now with everybody doing all these pop-up events, it's like, okay, we going out there and then people are like, yo, well, can you do a banner this size? And, you know, we can just point in the direction like, yo, we did that one right there, you know.
Yeah, it makes us feel good to go to these things and see a banner that he made or something at one of these events, or even around town.
Yeah, seeing some of your work out there.
Because we've done a banner for our local Walmart too. Only because my cousin, she's the manager there, and ordered it from us. But it's nice to go somewhere and see your work up. Yeah,
or see people wearing your shirts.
Yeah.
I had my shirts out there at this event. I seen some of my shirts, and then you know, my banners out there. So we're starting to pick up, you know, and sort of being the go-to company for customization, because around here in Wasco there's like one actual business that's like, you know, he's got a building or whatever. I do this from home, but we're actually competing neck and neck. And I'm not trying to step on nobody's toes. I'm not in the game for that. You know, you make your money, I make mine, but I'm still trying to make my name for myself in my own way without even bringing up this other company. But a lot of the business has been steering my way just by the work ethic, the type of work we do and the results people see when they get whatever they order.
Yeah, so he's been really, really busy, and I help when I can because I'm busy too myself. I work from home and I have to take care of the kids and house duties and all that. But then now our son is in football, so that's going to be that's when he gets busy too during football. Parents want shirts done and just stuff for football. So
Yeah, and then we know a lot of people that coach and stuff like that, so they want a lot of stuff done for the whole team. And yeah, so that's the life.
Yeah.
But if you interested in getting into it, you can't be in it halfway. You can't put 1 foot in. You got to be how many feet?
Both feet in.
And your body too, right? Yeah, you got to get all the way into the pool if you want to be, if you want to do this for real. I'm working on building myself the capital we need, so one day we ain't got to work for nobody else. We can work for ourselves. So that's pretty much all we got. You got anything else?
No.
All right.
I just want to say, like, if you think that you should be out there doing these pop-up events, then you can do it too. Don't hesitate. I think we kind of waited a little bit too long to get into this pop-up.
Well, it wasn't really going on that long before we actually jumped in on this train that I seen happening.
Well, it's been happening since the beginning of the year, though.
Yeah, it's been happening, but like 2020, nobody could do nothing. I did one event, like I said before that. We did that in 19.
Yeah.
And, so now, like I said, I'm getting to where I like it, and I'm just trying to find the easiest ways to do it. And then
we might need to get a little trailer. I might need to get a hitch.
yeah, we're gonna try to find the easiest methods to get as much of us out there as possible and minimal work.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the best way to put it.
You don't need a lot of stuff on your table or displayed to sell. Just little things here and there that might catch the eye. Like those bags were eye-catching to kids. We sold them to kids. They saw Fortnite on them. They saw, what else? Bad Bunny on them. Because you want to go with what's popping right now. Bad Bunny is the popping artist right now. Fortnite is the popping game right now. You want to get what's out there right now onto your items, and they will sell.
Yeah, so that's pretty much all I got.
Yeah.
I hope y'all enjoyed the little visuals and everything. Hope y'all enjoyed the information, and hopefully it was useful to y'all. And as always, remember, be independent, be individual, be you. We out.
Wow.